أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to the 10th and final review session of the Al-Maghrib course Torchbearers. This class was taught by Sheikh Walid Basuni, and this review session is brought to you by Qabilat Bushra. We begin with this final review session with a discussion of our final scholar, who was also known as Shah Waliullah. He was born in Uttar Pradesh in India, and he passed away at the age of 62 in Delhi, India as well. We know that his lineage basically traces back to Umar ibn al-Khattab, and some of the things that we know about him was that his grandfather saved the life of King Aurangzeb, who was the king of India at the time, and this made Shah Waliullah's family very famous, very well known. His father also established a school in India, and Aurangzeb supported him in that. And his father became a very famous Sufi in India. He was also a Hanafi scholar. We do know that Shah Waliullah he had a very calm appearance, and he was very eloquent, and that he was also known for his sharp memory. Some of the things that we know about him was that he was 7 years old when he memorized the Quran, and his father would never let him miss a single salah or miss a day in Ramadan. He learned many things from his father, including Sufism, medicine, math, Arabic, and so forth. His father supported him financially, and when he was 14 years old, he was married to someone that had been chosen for him. When he was 17, his father gave him the pledge of becoming a Sufi. So basically his father gave him a shawl, like a scarf, which is a tradition of like a Sufi tradition, a Naqshbandi tradition or so. That same year, his father passed away, and he was now appointed as the principal of the school. It is during this time that he was living in, when he was living in India, he was the culture that he was surrounded with was that there was no discussion. Ijtihad was completely closed, so there was no discussion. People adhered very, very strictly to the madhab. So when he was 30 years old, he realized that he wanted to learn more, to get different schools of thought, to be able to bring that back to India. He moved to Hijaz, and he spent a year in Mecca and Medina studying. During this time, he decided to come back to India and establish the school once more. And he had two main goals. He wanted to, number one, serve the public. So he wanted to change the people and bring knowledge to them. And the second thing was he wanted to make more teachers of the deen. And he came back with that intention. He spent about 45 years teaching the science of hadith to students of knowledge and to the general public as well. His focus was, Tawheed, and that was his central issue. He talked about how shirk was wrong and what the problems, what kinds of shirk there were. He basically ended up writing 60 books, 39 of which were in Arabic, and the rest were in Persian. And the reason he wrote those books in Persian was because that was the language that people understood at the time. He was fluent, obviously, in both Arabic and Persian. He cared a lot about dawah. That was his priority in many levels. And so one of the things that he realized was that since people were not that fluent in Arabic, they could not understand the Quran. So Shah Waliullah decided to solve this problem when he translated the Quran in Persian. This was very, very controversial in India, and there were several people who actually there were several princes and mullahs who hired gangs to kill him. And Shah Waliullah was completely unafraid of this, and his translation of the Quran in Persian still exists to this day. We do know that some of the lessons that we learned from his life, there's a list of it in the notes, please go over that, but we do know that he somehow stirred the negative into a positive. when he took the rigidity of the madhab that was in India, and he decided to teach it and bring different schools of thoughts, when he decided to come back and challenge that. So he made something that was negative into something positive. This is our final scholar, Shah Waliullah, and the exam for this course is on March 12th, and it will be available at almaghrib.org between 9 a.m. through 9 p.m. There is a mock exam attached here. Please do go ahead and take that. It will help you prepare for the final exam. And we hope that inshallah everyone does well, and we hope that these review sessions were beneficial to you in some way. And if there were any errors made in the review sessions, they were entirely on my behalf, so please forgive me for that. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.